today we are going to be talking about ensuring success through smarter site selection and study feasibility. I'll give you a quick, my bio is right here on the slide, but just in a quick synopsis, my history is such that I started in clinical research 4 decades ago, eons, and things have changed quite a bit over those years. But I started out in academia as a study coordinator, moved on to a site manager, so I've had a lot of experience in terms of the site ends of things. Moved into industry, became a monitor, and at one point I was a site selection specialist, which was one of my favorite jobs, and then moved on to other roles, study manager, quality oversight, and so on, and now I'm an independent consultant, mostly specializing in training. So that I have nothing to, I'm not going to be discussing any products, any drugs or anything like that, so there's no financial relationship I have to disclose. I know I can't see you, but that's me, so that you get a little sense of who is delivering your session today. We are going to talk about the steps evaluating a site from both sides of the fence, in terms of from the sponsor perspective and also from the site perspective, and how they should go through their process in terms of whether they choose to do business with a particular company, CRO, sponsor, what have you, and whether the study is a good fit for them. So there's an evaluation process that should help them determine that. And even though we are talking from the sponsor side, from your perspective, I think these are things that if people are involved directly in the site selection piece, that they should be seeing their sites kind of go through some of these steps, so to make sure that that the site is really thinking carefully about what the study is and whether it's a good fit for them and whether they'll be able to produce the desired results that you wish as a sponsor. Okay, so it's a win-win situation for both. We're going to look at those key questions that should be asked during feasibility assessments. And then we're going to look at how sites can actually beef up their operations to become more preferred by sponsors. And again, from the sponsor perspective, how you can maybe help cultivate some sites so that they do become your more preferred sites, sites that are high performing and really do give careful consideration to the projects they take on. All right, so basically we're taking a look at the goals of site selection. We have the sponsor goals and the site goals. Sometimes they're not exactly all the same, but overall they should be the big bucket items should be the same. So again, what does the sponsor really want? We want high quality sites. We want the data and the information put in time, that we finish our projects on time or early. We want our sites to meet their enrollment goals, and we want to come in within budget. And I once worked for a company, and one of the VPs had a meeting with us one day, and he said, you know, we want things on time, within budget, and good quality, and you can usually get 2 out of 3. You almost never get 3 out of 3. And I think that sometimes it's true. So again, sometimes we find our studies have to be delayed a bit because we have not, all our sites have not met the enrollment in this timeline allotted. So we kind of extend that. Sometimes we have people who need more money. Okay, we have to hire extra vendors, or we have to put on some extra sites and so on. So you get the idea that why the 2 out of 3 is achievable, but 3 out of 3 is really hard. So again, hopefully going through a better site selection process can help fine-tune that. For this site, what they're looking at is basically, do we have an operational protocol? Sometimes we have a protocol designed, and I always feel that protocols should be out there and sent out for a feasibility check, real time. Let's send it out to an investigator who's really a very good investigator, not just our key opinion leaders, but those key opinion leaders who actually enroll subjects and enroll them and get them in on time and that sort of thing. And also use the coordinators, use those top coordinators you have. Send out those draft protocols, draft case report forms, have them vet them, see if they would work in the real life. And if that sort of situation, I worked for a company once and they did this with all of their protocols. And coordinators that they had chosen, they'd have 1 or 2 maybe, who would look at particular protocols, give us the feedback, and therefore you'd have fewer amendments. You might have a longer development time, but you you'd be able to finish your study within the time limit allotted. So again, if we rush to have a protocol pushed out and we have some issues with it, it could be around inclusion-exclusion criteria. It could just be the pure logistics of it are just too difficult for most sites to actually accomplish in the time frame allotted. So again, having that feasibility pushed out and having real input from those experts in the field, and as I said, I don't mean just the key opinion leaders, but those people who really have the knowledge and actually are the high enrollers or the very good, productive sites, have them give you your feedback. And I have found that a lot of times we get great feedback, especially from the coordinators who are doing the bulk of the work on these studies.